Welcome and thank you for joining us for a second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. Peru has established a new group of people considered to be mentally ill. Transgender, intersex, and non-binary people are now officially in that category in that country. The president of Peru signed off on the law last week. According to the state's health ministry, the decision was made to guarantee full coverage of medical attention for mental health for the transgender community, which should also note people in LGBTQ plus community as a whole will not be forced to do conversion therapy, meaning make them straight. Joining us to talk about it, therapist Dr. Bernadette Smith, Ryle Williams from the Urban Conservatives of America, and Barbie Braxton, a model and local member of the Houston LGBTQ community, transgender community. So, Barbie, first of all, your thoughts on this when you hear Peru saying individuals who may be transgender and other categories may have mental illness.
They gotta speak for people. You can't say who's mentally ill. It's not just everybody from being straight to let me slow down. Heterosexual people, LGBTQ plus IA community. Everybody has a mental illness within those groups of people. So you can't just automatically say because someone's trans or intersex or anything is automatically mentally ill.
All right, Ron, let's hear from you. Your thoughts on this from the Peruvian government.
I think that it was a great decision. I think that, it kind of speaks for itself. Studies show that people who are transgender, for instance, in Sweden, they did a study, they're 6 times more likely to have to take, anxiety medication. 3 times more likely when they're transgender to have to take antidepressants. So that kind of speaks for itself. When you go against God's order and you begin to try to live a lifestyle that he didn't create you to live.
God didn't make that.
God didn't make what?
We've been here since forever. So you can't go and bring God into this and say what God made when God didn't make that.
Do you believe,
the Bible was a book that was written, if you want to go there.
Let's not even get into that.
You took it there when you said about when you brought up God.
We're talking about whether or not transgenderism is a mental disorder.
Like I stated, everybody from every community has mental illness. It's a lot of transgender people, intersex people. I'm a transgender woman. I'm a transgender woman. I'm a transgender woman. I'm a transgender woman. Stop trying to disrespect me and be real to me, because we can really take it there.
And what
if you want to.
I'm feeling man vibes right now.
I don't care, and I'm feeling feminine vibes and tacky vibes. Look at you. So you sit here talking this all greasy and stuff. So
guys, hey, look, we're going to do one at a time, or we're going to move on. Dr. Smith. Let's bring you on.
Go ahead.
So what becomes important is, one, we have to be able to respect people where they are. And the other thing, we talked about this before, people will take a statistic, and because they don't understand how to properly read the statistics, that's how then you infer improper information. So when we're looking at statistics and where people in the LGBTQI community are more susceptible to things such as anxiety and depression and suicide, is because they're living in a society that does not allow them to be their full versions of themselves.
That's not true.
Can you imagine how challenging it would be if somebody said, you can no longer wear your glasses and now you have to function in society without it? That's going to create a level of anxiety, because then, yes, you're right. Studies do
One second, we'll let you run. 1 second.
Studies do show that people who are in the LGBTQI community are more at risk for anxiety and depression because of the community and society at large. However, those who do have the opportunity to be in their full version of themselves and have the support and love do not experience those things to that degree. And so being able to say, what does it matter? At the end of the day, what does it matter how somebody decides to live their life? Because it should not impact you.
All right, and Raul, that question to you, why should it matter to you how somebody lives their life?
Why would it?
If it doesn't impact you?
Well, it's a number of reasons. You can go and look at studies from Professor McCall from Johns Hopkins University. He shows that transgenderism, and he's a psychiatrist, he shows that it is a mental disorder. It's not something to where it's just something that they you can do and it's okay, and you can try to convince yourself that you're something that you're not. You are a man. If you're born with a penis, you're a man.
There's a
that
lot.
simple.
First off,
There's a
hold on.
lot of misinformation in regards to.
I'm not done.
He pointed at me. I never said that I was a woman.
Wrap it up, Val, and then we'll go to Barbie for the closing response.
Studies show that people who are transgender from Johns Hopkins University, this in HCC,
And studies
it
also
shows
show
that they are
black
20
people were less
times more
than.
likely to commit suicide.
All right. Go ahead, Barbie.
Let's say that.
20 times. But you
20 times.
hold on, because you spit a little bit, so just chill out.
20 times.
Okay, hold
right,
on. You're
hold on one second.
going off a study, but you don't know. You can't speak for people. You cannot speak for people just because you're intimidated and everything, and you're trying to down talk me. You totally wrong.
I'm giving you the facts.
You're not giving facts. You're giving a study. You're giving a study. You're not giving facts.
I'm giving
But if you're providing, you're providing.
You tried to though.
No.
You tried to.
That's the basis on which I believe.
You tried to.
I ain't bring it there
You
yet.
tried to. You tried to bring God
We
into
want to
it,
thank you
though.
guys. Obviously, this will go on and on
It
and on.
will.
Still, she's like, it will.
Isaiah, may I just say
Really quick. Let's give her the last
Because
word,
it's
Don.
so-
Go ahead,
I
Don.
would just like to say that there are people who love and support, and there's also people who will be able to provide support and love for all people, LGBTQI included, and to not focus your attention on the small few, the loud minority of people who are not loving and accepting.
All right, thank you.